Hello everybody and welcome back to my Flosstube. Sorry I've been absent so long. I had a really stressful time at the end of term last term, and then I got really ill, probably because I was so stressed. I've had a chest infection which is still lingering. I've got a bit of a runny nose still, bad cold, chest infection, so you'll have to forgive the heavy breathing. I'm just getting over it today, but for your information everybody, today is the 28th of December 2020. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning here in Northamptonshire. My name is Lizzie. I am a cross stitcher and a student at university studying psychology. So this is my Flosstube video, so that's all about cross stitch. I've got some finishes to show you today. I've got a couple of fully finished things to pop in as pictures, and some works in progresses. Sorry, it's a while since I've done this, I can't remember what I'm supposed to say. Some works in progresses and some plans for next year. They're quite big plans and I'll need your help holding me to them. Okay, I'm just going to pause this and get my finishes because I can see them over on the other side of the room. Before we go much further, I must say I hope you've all had a lovely Christmas. I'm all dressed up today because Christmas is today in our house. My girls have been at their father's and they've had to self-isolate because he's had asymptomatic COVID. And I've been in here in bed coughing my lungs up with my chest infection, which wasn't COVID. So it's going to be a lovely day today to see them. I'm all dressed up. Let me show you my skirt I made a couple of years ago. Can you see? Gingerbread men. My nails unfortunately are a bit raggedy, so you'll have to accept my apologies if you get to see them and think, oof, because they were done for Christmas. Spent Christmas Day on my own, had a lovely day. My husband had to go to work, so I spent the day with my Christmas start, which I'll show you in a bit, and the dogs, and just had a microwave meal. And then when he came home we had an easy pie from Marks and Spencer's, posh one, and mashed potato, and it was lovely. And he's currently downstairs preparing our Christmas dinner for when the girls arrive, and I'm super excited. It suddenly feels festive. A couple of days ago I had the energy, I think it was Boxing Day, had the energy to have a bit of a dust and put the Christmas cards up, so it's looking a little more festive downstairs than it was on Christmas Day. Anyhow, we're here for all about the stitching, aren't we? So let me carry on without further ado. Anyway, without further messing around, here's my first one, my first finish, and I've changed it a little. It's got some personalisations, as in mistakes, and I've changed some of the colours. Here is Caterpillar Cross Stitch, Hello Dear. Isn't it gorgeous? I changed the colours out on the presents down the bottom, make them all me, and I think that was the only change I made. There's one bit missing because of a mistake and I didn't have room to put it in, and there is some other mistakes. Personalisations. Gorgeous, isn't it? Really pleased. I love stitching those holly leaves. I love the poinsettias in it. My only thing is I thought the deer would have antlers. Not a problem that she doesn't. Is it definitely a she deer? Hello dear. So that's one finish. This is my you finished university, you can start something new treat, which I bought the threads and I kitted it up, and I was like, once you finished your exams you can start it. So I started this on the evening of the 10th of December. I then woke up, because of COVID, exams this term, and probably next in June as well, the next exam session, were all online. So we logged on at 10 o'clock on the day, downloaded what the exam questions were, and then had 24 hours to write the essays and put them back up. So on the 10th I got the questions, did my best, then I started my yay the exams are finished cross stitch, and then 5:30 on the 11th they were due to be loaded up at 10 AM. 5:30 AM I thought, no, let's redo that because one of the questions wasn't very good at all, so I redid it, then carried on with my cross stitch. And here is Fa la 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 la. Oh no, it's called "'Tis the Season" by Little Dove Designs. I have loved this. I saw it on Stituation Normal, Kathleen's Stituation Normal Flosstube. I've loved it since the moment I saw it, and I knew I needed to stitch it. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it, but I will. And yeah, isn't that lovely? All my little choristers. So I finished that. I did it in like a week and a day. I wanted to do it within the week, but I was coughing and sneezing and everything. So oh, I love them. They're such joyful little people having a nice sing-song. Okay, so those are my two finishes. There are some more finishes that I haven't shown you. There's this, two are fully finished off, so they were gifts. So there's this first one. I stitched this for my friend Fiona. She's my stitchy friend, who we met at the Caterpillar Cross Stitch social evening in November 19th, 2019. We've been in contact every week, getting towards every day since then, since October, November, I don't know, maybe even earlier. We text a lot. We were supposed to have a Zoom stitch along yesterday, just her and me, but I was so poorly yesterday. So I stitched this for Fiona. She's got 4 little doggies, they're adorable, and she showed me the chart, so I had to go and buy it. It's a Climbing Goats design, by Climbing Goats, maybe, I think they're called. I'll put the link down below. And I stitched it 1/1 on 32 counts, random something I found. Changed the colours so they match Fiona's favourite colours, and made it into a little ornament for her tree, and I'm really chuffed with how it came out. The second piece I stitched that I don't have anymore because I've given it away is my little additional gift for my mum for Christmas. I saw this chart on Momma Loves You GB's Flosstube. She was linking free charts every day in Advent. I'm going to miss her videos, so Michelle, if you want to make just daily videos, I'm happy to watch and happy to, you know, have you back in my life again. So I stitched this quickly for my mum from my bed because I was feeling poorly, but my mum always says that she wants a cuddle for Christmas, and this year she really can't have one, so because she's immunocompromised, I'm ill, COVID, etc, etc. So I stitched her this. And isn't it gorgeous? Very pretty. I dyed the blue Ada myself, not Ada, it's even weave, I think it's 25 count. Dyed it myself, had a bit of a dyeing fest, and dyed some blue and some green, and I might get them down in a minute. They're just over there on the shelf, all dyed up. Yeah, pretty. The pattern is a hello from Liz Matthews to the Freebie. If you go to hello from Liz Matthews on Instagram, and from her drop down thing on her bio, you can go to the freebies, and she's got some beautiful patterns. I am going to start at some point her 12 Days of Christmas. They are beautiful. You need to check those out. The Liz Matthews 12 Days of Christmas. So all the finishes. I finished my dad's train into a little wall hanging. So it was bendable to go in the post. That was good. Any more finishes? I don't think so. I might be wrong. Might come back. So works in progresses and new starts probably. And haul. I've got it all here. I've even ironed some. So I think I've shown you this before. My stitchy friend Fiona and I are having our own stitch along. It's kind of on pause at the moment because she had lots of Christmas stitching to do. She's amazing. She's stitched loads of Christmas presents. And I needed to catch up, so it went on pause, and I think we'll probably start it after New Year. But this is Be Happy by the Historical Sampler Company. Shall I poke up there, see if Instagram takes this as my picture? Not Instagram, I'm on YouTube. Well, I will be. So this is Be Happy. I'm doing it on the well, it came as a kit, so I'm doing it on the linen they sent in the kit, and it's with DMC floss. Fiona's doing hers on Ada because she prefers Ada, and all I did was I took the chart and divvied it up into 5 sections. So this is section 1, and then this is section 2 with the writing and the big flower. Then I think I'm going to go to the middle next and do the beehive. Oh, do you want to see what it's going to look like? That would make sense. They cut historical sampler companies all come in these lovely big bags that you can use as project bags. That's what it's going to look like. I'm going to do the beehive next, I think. A bit of back and forth. That'd be good. I'm feeling quite proud of myself because I've ironed things today. Okay, so that's Be Happy by Historic Sampler Company. And then another stitch along by the Historic Sampler Company in their little subscription box company, Cotton and Twine. This is the one, have I mentioned it? My sister bought for my mum's birthday. She bought 3. One for her and her daughter to stitch, one for me to stitch and one for my mum to stitch, and the idea is we rotate and everybody does a little bit on everybody's. So this has been swapped with my sister and her daughter and has come back to me, and that's where I'm at with it, or we're at with it. So I've just got this pattern to this pattern with the little bumblebees in to repeat in this corner and this corner, and then it's done. But I need to get it to my mum to do something. I'm thinking I might outline the butterflies and she can fill them in, or outline the wings or something and she can fill them in. She's desperately still stitching her friend's present, so that was due to be given in June, but we won't mention that. It hopefully will get to her soon. It's the picture she sent me last night of her friend's present is amazing. It's a full coverage. It's about this big, but I think I gave her 20 count or something, so it's teeny tiny, but she wanted it to be photo size, and it's of her friend's house, and it looks adorable. It looks like a photo of her friend's house at the moment, which I'm very proud of her. So yeah, this is Be Happy. Excuse me. That's better. This is Be Happy by Cotton and Twine, Historical Sampler Company. They do subscription boxes. I'm not brave enough to sign up for subscription boxes. Well, I always kick myself because I love the patterns. But what if they send me something I don't like? Then it'll be rubbish, won't it? So I've done those 2. Put them back in here. Maybe just donk them there. That's my Christmas start. I might save that for a bit because that's gorgeous. Now I'm sure you're all wondering, how is her pandemic coming along? Well, I haven't had the pandemic. I've just had a chest infection and I haven't really worked much on it, but I can't remember where it was when I showed you last. So here's Pandemic by Long Dog Sampler. Oopsie. By Long Dog Samplers. My dodgy nails. Stitching 1/1 on 25 count, even weave. I think it's Lugana, 25 count Lugana maybe, yeah. Zygarde. I love it. Everything just slows down when you stitch 1/1. It really does. Time just drifts away. And you look up, realise you've been stitching for 3 hours and have done like that much because it's 1/1. I'm just looking in here. Keep it in this project bag I made. So I'm stitching it in 3809. It's not going to show you, is it? Try that trick. Nope. I think the colour was best on here. 3809. DMC, because something this big it needs to be, excuse me. Here's a new start. When you're lying in bed, coughing your lungs up, struggling to breathe, what you need to do is slow everything down. So I could have carried on with Pandemic, but I fancied a challenge, as you do, lying in bed, struggling to breathe. So I've started this. I'll insert a picture of what it's going to be. This is going to be All Is Calm by Twin Peaks Primitive, and I'm stitching 1/1 on 40 count something. don't remember what it is. Oh my gosh, these stitches are tiny. I need to sew a sash to it so I can put it in another frame, because the frame I had it on wasn't quite big enough to have it all in. I think if it's going to be this big, you can have it all in one frame. So I'll just sew some sash onto it so I can frame it. I had my sewing machine out earlier. I should have done it then. Excuse me. So yeah, this may take me years, because I think there's like 10,000 stitches in it. So 1 over 1, that's going to take me forever. Might be something I only work on when I'm poorly. You don't know. Okay, let me show you my Christmas start. Oh no, let me show you this first. So, did I bring the book up with it? You know, I stitched that train picture for my dad. Well, and I think I've told you about my husband's birthday gift that he didn't think was very good. Well, here it is, the Combine Harvester picture. I think that might be my daughter's. Hold on. It is. So if I remember correctly, we were saying how I bought this pattern for my husband for his birthday, and he thought it was similar to him buying me a set of spanners, because he doesn't do cross stitch and he knows I'm never going to get it finished before maybe his 50th birthday. I think he's about to go upstairs now, so I'll have to pause it then. This is how far I've got. It's about 3-4 hours stitching time. I'm doing it on 20 count Ada, as you can see. It's pre-gridded, which is very handy for working out where I am, because all the colours, there's 5 colours in there. You wouldn't know it, would you? If I put that behind it, is that better? Yeah. Wouldn't know it from looking at it, but I'm sure it'll all work out and look just like a combine harvester in a field of things that need combining. I'm not very good at knowing about crops and whatnot. So that, yeah, that's taken me a few hours, and I need to be in the right space of mind to do that, because it is a bit different from pretty stitching at the moment. I mean, it'll get good once I'd start doing different colours, but it's all a bit beige at the moment. So my Christmas start, I didn't show you my Christmas Day start. Now when I say Christmas Day, I actually mean Christmas Day, the 25th and not the 28th, although I did enjoy having Christmas Day on the 28th as well. This is, my husband needs to work Christmas Day, and he asked would it be okay, and I said yeah sure, it'll just cost you a new cross stitch kit, as it were. So I ended up paying for the pattern because I bought it on Etsy, and I ordered the thread and the fabric from Lakeside, and he just transferred me the money over. And the pattern, I don't have it printed out with the front page because it's on Etsy, it's a PDF download, is the Biscuit sampler by Stitchrovia. Let me just check if I've got that right. I've got it written down on a piece of paper in my bag. The good thing about Christmas is you get all these bags that you can use as project bags. Oh, I thought I had it written on a piece of paper in here. It must be somewhere else. I'm sure it's Stitchrovia. Biscuit sampler. And that's my start. It's the pink wafer biscuit. And I love it. I love how 3D it looks. I love the colours. This is going to be like a bourbon biscuit on its side, flat on its side. And then up here is a party ring biscuit. Down here I think is the digestive. It's all very exciting. I love biscuits. I eat a lot of biscuits. Something I need to try and cut back on, but keep me happy. And when I finish it, it's going to go in our kitchen. I might even have decorated it. We've lived in here for 4 years now and I still haven't decorated the kitchen. It's rubbish. Never mind. So that was my Christmas start. I am stitching it the right way up. 2/2. Sorry, the table keeps wobbling because I keep resting on it. I don't normally use a table either. 2 strands of DMC over 2 threads of what I think is 32 count Ivory Zweigart. Or no, it'll be antique white, because it's the leftover half of what I stitched, the ABC watercolour ABC from Caterpillar Cross Stitch On. And somebody was asking on one of the groups I'm in Facebook about stitching how to deal with frayed edges, and I just cover mine with strips of fabric. If I've got any, I use like bias binding, but if I haven't, I just sew strips of fabric around the edge, or if it's out on the table, I'll use my serger. But at the moment that hasn't been out for a while, and what with working from home and the dog trying to get my attention, the little horror has taken one of the cones of thread. Every time he wants me to get my attention, he'd sort of pull the cone of thread, because I keep them under a bureau we've got, and he takes the cone of thread and sort of runs around the room with it, and it's all a bit tangled and mishmashed up. So at some point I need to get the serger back out and rethread it, and probably order a new cone of thread to replace that one. But I'm not really in a sewing mood anymore these days. I think because I've got the degree course I'm working on, it takes so much energy to get that all bought out and set up, and whereas if you can just pick up a little bag of goodies and sit and stitch for a bit, it's so much more pleasant. That said, I did promise the husband 2 new work shirts before I go back to studying, and that's on the 17th. Oh, God willing. We heard about the going into tier 4 just now, so we're in tier 4 and we don't know what's happening about uni, but I'd signed up to do uni this term remotely anyway, because having been so poorly, I didn't want to go and risk getting poorly again. So theoretically I should be fine with uni. It'll just be, I see the same 4 walls day in, day out, and so be it. Hey ho, better safe than poorly, I think. So I think that's pretty much all my whips. I've got this one. I don't know if I've done masses since you last saw it. What shall I hold it up against? I'll use my DMC thread card. Have you got one of these? These are fab. Can you see all the DMC colours? I just love mine. It's really handy for if I haven't got a colour, like a chart suggests, I don't know, 554, which is this colour here. I can see what colour it is and then compare my threads to that to see what's the closest match. Really, really handy. I think I got mine off eBay or something, quite cheap. So you could get a brand new one, which would have the most up-to-date things. I don't think this is as up-to-date as it could be, because it doesn't have like the étoile threads in, you know, the ones with a little bit of sparkle. So not most up-to-date one would have that, but for what I use it for, this is perfect. And I'm going to use it as a back now. Here's my, so I haven't ironed this one, I'm really sorry, but I've just been sewing on it today. This is Caterpillar Cross Stitch Hello Pumpkin. Now Sally has released the next one, released the dates that the next one's going to be released. So the next tree is called Hello Petal, and it's the spring tree, and that's going to be released in February. So I'm hoping to finish this in time for February so I can start that then. I've been working down here on the pumpkins and the grass, and I'll probably carry on in a minute when I go back down. You know, we've had such grey skies recently, and a bit of snow, sprinkling of snow yesterday, not masses. Such grey skies. I thought I bought a can of Coke. Anyway, I was saying, yeah, such grey skies, you'll hear that 4 times now, that I wanted to do something a bit colourful. So I got this out, and because the colours in it are just gorgeous. Look at those oranges and reds. You know, can't help but be a bit more bright. So that's all my whips that I've worked on since I last made a video, and that was a long time ago. I'm going to try and schedule it in my diary to do videos, because otherwise I'll always think, oh, you know, I haven't got time, I've got to do work, I've got to do work, got to do studying. And I haven't got to study all the time. I've just got to be more organised about when I do study, and organised about how I study as well. But that's a story for a lecturer or a counsellor or something, so I don't get so stressed as I did last term. Should we talk a bit about haul, about what I've been buying? Let's show you these. I was inspired by Steph of Just Keep Stitching fame. You must watch their YouTubes, they are brilliant. Every Monday morning I watch their YouTube, and I just feel like actually it's okay. Mondays are okay. Sorry, I keep wobbling the table. Mondays are okay. I can start this week because I've had their fun and laughter, and I do laugh out loud with some of the things they say, and the, you know, Steph and her singing, not often, but this week she was singing, and it just makes me laugh. And I think if you can start your week off with a laugh, then they release them on a Sunday night, but obviously by the time, I think we're 5.5, 6 hours ahead here, so by the time it's up on YouTube it's Monday morning, and it's perfect for having a cup of coffee and just getting ready for the week. And also at work I have some fairly mundane tasks first thing on a Monday morning that I can just do with that on in the background. Half an eye on one screen, half an eye on the other, which leaves an eye looking somewhere else. Anyhow, inspired by Steph to buy these 2 charts. And I saw them, I was like, I need to have them, right? And especially one of them I needed to have, and then there's a whole 2 charts shouldn't travel alone, so I had to get 2. I couldn't see them anywhere in England, so I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to ring Keepsakes, which is where Steph works, and I know they'll have them and they'll be able to send them to me, and that'll be all exciting. So I did. I rang them and I emailed over my address and everything. Then I rang them back to pay, and I had them sent over from America, from Keepsakes. So these have been touched by the hands of Steph from Just Keep Stitching. How exciting. The first one that I've bought is called Sweater Weather by Plum Street Samplers. Original artwork by Paulette Stewart. Original design. Can you see that? Is that the right way around for you? I hope it is. It's not for me. Sweater Weather. It's got 2 little dachshunds wearing jumpers, and that's a nice autumnal. Is that focusing even? Is that better? Anyhow, 2 little dachshunds in their autumnal jumpers. Looking forward to having that one up in the wall in autumn. And then the other one that came with it, again another autumnal one, was Rest a While, again by Plum Street Samplers, again by Paulette Stewart. Yep. Little fox there having a wee rest. I love the acorns. I love the little fox. Not so sure about the cup he's sat in, but maybe I could award myself a cup for superb stitching. You know, it looks, I think they call them urns, don't they? But it looks like the sort of cup you'd be given at prize day. So I might write something on it. Awarded to Lizzie Fisher for superb stitching, or surviving a year at university. Who knows? And now, of course, I've seen these all over the place in shops in England. Well, not in shops, but, you know, like Peakside Needleworks, I think I've got them. And more haul. I bought this one, so I'm trying my best not to cough, but my chest is feeling quite tight. Bought this one, thinking I'd get it stitched before Christmas, in between stitching 'Tis the Season and Christmas Day. I don't know why, couldn't even find it come Christmas Day. The Winter Snow Gnomes by Carolyn Manning Designs. Aren't they cute? So I'm going to stitch this with my friend Fiona, my stitchy friend Fiona. We're going to do this probably in the summer as a little stitch along together, because she saw it, loved it. I sent her a picture. Look what I've bought. loved it and went and bought it, so we're going to do it together properly in July. Hopefully I'll have some time off in July. Bear with me. I've just had a look. I've got, oh, and a cough. I've got the last week of June and the first week of July off from uni, so I think I can get that done in 2 weeks. That's going to be tight. I won't be able to work on anything else. But oh, it's just, and the chart, which I can't show you, is just so clear and pretty. If it didn't have the symbols in black, you could probably put it on the wall itself. The other thing I've bought myself, and this is looking likely to be my New Year's Day start, is this. It is a Mill House. Is that? Oh, it's upside down. Sorry. This is a Mill Hill design, and it says "Wish on a star." Now, I consider myself to be quite a seasoned cross stitcher. I've been doing it on and off since I was 10, 11, 12, I don't know. But there have not been very many times when I've stitched on paper or cardboard, whatever Mill Hill kits come with. Let me just, so you can see. It's not fabric that in this kit, it is paper. So I'm not even sure what sort of frame to put this in. Does it need a frame? Any advice greatly received. There are 3 other kits available of this type, this sticks thing. There's that doggy. Leave Only Footprints, that's a nice summer one. And then Halloween, we're not really a Halloween house. But if I could change that to be autumnal or something, Happy Autumn instead of Halloween, I could change that there, couldn't I? But the kit comes with the funny paper stuff, and also the threads all wound up. So before we start, I need, before New Year's Day, which is Friday, so tomorrow, because today's Wednesday, I need to put these on thread drops and label them all up so I know which colours, which symbol, etc, etc. Also have this bag of beads, which I need to do something with on there. I once stitched with beads and put beads on a stitchy thing. I was 16. It's for my boyfriend's brother and his wife-to-be. I did them this huge, I don't know what I'm doing that, you can't see my bottom hand, really massive wedding sampler, which I literally finished the day of the wedding. I sewed the last bead and clipped it into its frame, or clipped it, sort of squished it into a frame for their wedding. Yeah, I think I had a rest from stitching for a long time after that, because that was a beast of a project. Yeah, I wonder what happened to it. Not with him anymore, don't know. Anyhow, so yeah, that's pretty much all my haul. I've got a bit of fabric and yeah, a bit of fabric, but that's downstairs. But this is going to be my New Year's Day start. I got it upside down again, I have, haven't I? Oh, it's really not helpful. Oh, I'm still not well. Wish on a Star. I love the colours in it. And you can order frames. Yeah. Kit packaged by blah 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 blah. And you can order frames. It says contact your local needlework shop with the code. So I might order a frame, although I have seen somebody on Flosstube was surprised that it is literally just the frame, doesn't come with anything for the front or anything for the back. It's literally just the 4 bits of wood. I know somebody cunning sat on my sofa downstairs that might be able to knock up 4 bits of wood, so I don't have to order it in from America. I don't know, we'll see what he thinks. So that I think, giving or taking some editing, is my little Flosstube video. Like I said at the start, I hope you've had a wonderful time recently. We're just going into tier 4, Northamptonshire, as of midnight tonight. I just watched Boris and his team announce that. I don't know how I feel, because it doesn't actually affect me in any way, because I haven't been going out to the shops. I haven't been doing anything since the start of December. I haven't done anything with anyone apart from the family I live with. My family. I live with my family in my house. The children come and go between houses, and that's allowed. So it doesn't affect me, but mentally, oh my gosh, have I taken a beating this evening? I'd already changed plans for work, for school, uni, and I changed plans for work because all of last year my laptop and screen and keyboard and everything were out on the dining table, and every weekend they all needed tidying up so we can use the dining table at the weekend rather than eating in the kitchen. So we've all planned all that. So, you know, really it's great because I'm all organised for it. I think it's just, you know, the fact it's still so bad. But great news, there's a vaccine. Exciting news is my mum, who is clinically vulnerable, and my dad, who's also clinically vulnerable, are both going to be getting the vaccine soon, because they're both of the right age as well. So that's great news, and I'm quite happy to wait for a vaccine. I really am. I'm not struggling because I'm on my own. I'd like to go to work to get away from the dogs because they're a bit irritating at times. I'd like to go and work in the office, but I can do my job just as easily from here, and it does give me a tiny bit more time not travelling to the office, not travelling to uni, which gives me a bit more time for stitching, so it's not so bad. And I don't know, I think I just need to have a cup of tea and a bit of a snooze maybe, and I'll be fine about it all again. All that to say, whatever your situation, wherever you are, there is hope for tomorrow. There is hope that by the end of the year we will be seeing a good difference. I don't think it's going to come quickly. I think we'll still be in this situation in April. But we just have to do what we're told. We have to stay in, we have to stay safe, we have to wear masks, we have to wash our hands, and there'll be a big change soon, and we'll look back at this period of horribleness and remember what it's taught us. I wish it would teach my mum how to use video calling suitably. It gets a bit samey now. No, push the screen. Now press that button. No, the other button. That's what we have every day at the moment. She'll get there eventually. And then we'll be able to go and see her and give her a hug. Keep well. Hug those you can. And send virtual hugs to those you can't. I'm sending you a hug. Take care and keep stitching.